Welcome to Focus on Oils, our April 2025 market analysis. Today, we're examining the European olive oil market's significant recovery this spring, driven by improved climatic conditions and strategic policy interventions across the Mediterranean region. Andalusia, Spain's primary olive growing region, received consistent rainfall in March and early April 2025, elevating reservoir capacities to 60%, a 40% monthly increase. This steady rain provides excellent irrigation during the crucial flowering phase and may continue to benefit crops throughout the summer. The European Commission confirmed soil moisture indices in Andalusia were 15% above the 5-year average, mitigating drought risks for the 2025-26 season. These improved conditions form the foundation for Spain's production recovery this year. Spain's 2024-25 olive oil production reached 1,406,913 tons by March's end, aligning with initial Spanish Ministry of Agriculture forecasts. March recorded a milling production of 13,146 tons, driven by sustained activity. Total stocks stood at 996,467 tons in March, with packers holding 21%, 210,900 tons, and farmers retaining 78%, 773,597 tons. By April, cooperative stocks declined to 865,176 tons, reflecting heightened domestic and export demand. March maintained strong output levels, reaching 119,019 tons, pushing the 2025 monthly average to 115,055 tons, approaching figures seen in 2022. Producer prices in Jaén fell to €3.82 per kilogram in March due to improved supply. April saw stabilization at €3.75 to €3.90 per kilogram, though premium EVOO remained scarce. Retail prices have lagged behind producer price reductions, with supermarkets gradually phasing out high-cost 2024 stocks. The European Commission noted Spain's export competitiveness, with bulk EVOO priced 50 cents per kilogram below Turkish counterparts. These price adjustments reflect growing market confidence in supply stability and recovery. Greece's 2024-25 production rebounded to 250,000 tons, a 43% recovery from 2023-24 lows. However, drought in western Greece reduced yields by 33 to 36% in Achaia and Aetolia Acarnania, with total losses exceeding 23,000 tons. By April, 60 to 70% of stocks remained unsold in Crete and Peloponnese mills, as producers resisted price cuts ahead of Easter. Greek EVOO exports rose 8% in Q1 2025, driven by demand from Italy and Germany. Domestic consumption remained robust at 9.3 kilograms per capita, though retail prices stayed elevated at €10 to €14 per litre. Producer prices averaged €4.22 per kilogram for standard EVOO, with premium batches at €5.50 per kilogram. The Hellenic Statistical Authority highlighted a narrowing price gap with Spain, reflecting competitive pressures. Italy's 2024-25 production is forecast at 224,000 to 240,000 tons, a 27 to 32% decline from 2023-24, according to ISMEA. Drought in Puglia and Xylella fastidiosa outbreaks offset gains in northern regions. Limited supply sustained Italy's premium pricing, with EVOO averaging €9.25 per kilogram in April, more than double Spanish and Greek levels. Retail prices exceeded €12 per litre, driven by tight stocks and institutional demand. The EU's short-term agricultural outlook highlighted Italy's vulnerability to climate shocks, with 2025-26 yields contingent on summer rainfall. Turkey's 2024-25 olive oil production surged to 450,000 tons, with exports targeting 200,000 tons valued at $1 billion. The lifting of bulk export restrictions in June 2024 enabled shipments of 50,000 tons to the EU and North America, undercutting Spanish prices by 50 cents to €1 per kilogram. Tunisia produced 340,000 tons of olive oil, leveraging favorable weather and expanded groves. Exports to Europe under the duty-free quota reached 56,700 tons by April, priced at €3.85 to €4.10 per kilogram for conventional and organic EVOO. The Tunisian Ministry of Agriculture projects exports to generate $1.65 billion in 2025, bolstering fiscal stability. Europe's 2024-25 olive oil production is projected at 2.07 million tons, with Spain and Greece offsetting Italy's shortfall. Consumption rebounded by 7% to 1.22 million tons, though per capita intake remains below pre-2023 levels. Non-Europe consumption grew 3.7% annually, driven by health trends in the US and Asia. Price projections show Spain and Greece stabilized at €3.75 to €4.25 per kilogram in April, with further declines limited by stock drawdowns, while Italy's premiums persist due to structural supply constraints. The crop has surpassed 1.4 million tons, alleviating concerns about availability and stock levels, showcasing the agricultural sector's resilience. Output has rebounded to over 115,000 tons, driven by increased consumption in domestic and international markets. Early signs indicate a positive outlook for the next crop cycle, with expectations for strong flowering and growth. However, ongoing US tariffs introduce uncertainty that could affect pricing and market access. Despite typical agricultural trends suggesting a gradual price decline, producers are likely to hold back supply to maintain higher price levels and avoid significant market corrections. The Mediterranean olive oil market has transitioned from scarcity-driven volatility to cautious stability in spring 2025. Spain and Greece's production recoveries, coupled with Turkey and Tunisia's export expansions, have eased global supply tensions. Italy's structural challenges underscore regional disparities, while EU-wide consumption growth signals market resilience. Climate risks during the flowering season and evolving trade policies remain critical watchpoints for the 2025-26 season. Quality concerns persist, particularly with limited availability of premium extra virgin olive oil, while Greek olive oil prices are adjusting closer to Spanish levels, reflecting changing market dynamics. Thank you for joining our Focus on Oil's April 2025 analysis. For more detailed information and market updates, visit the library's Agri-Food Insights section.